It is a great honor indeed to be closing this morning's session with a thank you note. I remember a little over 40 years back, the mechanical engineering final year party. I'm sure Mr. Professors that were there will remember this, because I was given that same opportunity to speak. Right? So some of you might remember, I'm not going to stray too far from all the things that you've already said, what I said 40 years ago, which is, I have to first of all thank Rashtriya Shiksha Samiti Trust. Once again, for letting me pursue my interests. Without the trust, I would not be a mechanical engineer. I'm sure many of you agree, like it was said, Uday Gradachar said this, and I'm sure many of us were in that same boat. We didn't get the right marks to go somewhere else. Raleigh was a place where we could come to. But the most important part of that whole thing is the kind of professors we have, who again instilled in us how we can excel, even though we were maybe a first-class student or something like that, until our PUC, right? So I really need to emphasize that the quality of education we got was just amazing. The professors, many of whom were with us today, and great many of them were passed on, were top-notch. And I'm not just padding this or anything like that. You've already heard it from others. Over the past 40 years, professors have always been on my mind, and I've been thankful for the knowledge they have imparted. Once again, to our professors, a great I will get to the people behind this event. You've heard a few of that in a while, but in a while I'll come to that. But all the planning efforts of the organizing committee would amount to nothing without the help of the trust, the current principal, Mr. Dr. K. M. Subramanya, and his administration. I want a round of applause for the current administration. You'll understand our sentiment. We've been incredibly lucky to have such a receptive group of people to help have this function here at the college. Well, I think I should start calling it university now, but old habits die hard. Special thanks to Professor Shushita. Thank you very much. And Major Raghav and their team for the groundwork. Thank you all for the wonderful work that you've done. We can have all the planning in place, and we can have all the agenda and everything chalked out, but we can't do the event without the right audience. So a wonderful thank you and a wonderful applause to all the classmates that are here today, and make this a success, because we were not 100% sure how many will show up. You know, we said even if 25 show up, let's have it. That's the attitude with which we came in, and to see 125 odd and some with spouses, just amazing. Thank you all very much. We all graduated a good 40 years ago, but one common theme seems to be that we were in our teens and early 20s when we were together. What I notice is that the bonds we formed between 1976 and 81, honestly, they were pure friendships. Yeah. We had no expectations. By 2 chai, okay. 2 by 3 chai, okay. How many of you have shared a cigarette among 5 of you? All of us, right? We were all right. So we were all in the same boat, right? We're all trying to make sure our parents' money was spent right, which they didn't give too much of, right? That's aside. A bond. This is really a bond of brothers that were very similar circumstances, right? We just wanted to be in college, we wanted to study, we wanted to get on in life. When I came here and started, we had a pre-party yesterday. We're all 60 plus. And we had a great lunch the previous day with Rajesh and Sani. I tell you, there was a different kind of an atmosphere. We all went back into our late teens, 20s. There was no formality between us. There was no big guy, small guy, nothing. We all just got along great. So this is the kind of things that these kind of reunions bring about. Yeah, the 40th reunion would not be possible without a passing musing between Timuri and Ranga. You've heard about that, so I'm actually going to skip that part, okay? Because you heard it. These guys started it, they brought me in, and then we started adding people to the committee, and I'm actually going to go through each one of them in a different note from what Timuri said. To be honest with you, he didn't talk too much about himself, okay? He was a one person, there are two, T. Srinivas is there, that everybody in college knew who they were, right? And I wasn't going to say anything until now about T. Srinivas being here because I didn't want to cause any PTSD among the professors because they were both the Tarles are here. He helped us kickstart, and he was the linchpin. As a mechanical engineer, I can tell you how important a linchpin is. He was the linchpin of the entire group. He kept everyone on point and made sure we delivered on all our action items. So a round of applause for Pete for his wonderful job. Ranga Srinivas was more or less the second in command, right? And that ensured the numerous calls we had were on point. He made sure everybody was walking the line and that we were all headed in the right direction. So round of applause for So we went about four weeks, and we were struggling to get responses from our classmates. And then in stepped Murali Krishna, Mr. Director himself. And he came up with some wonderful ideas for videos and all of that stuff. And the real takeoff point for us was at that point when he started releasing videos. He went to a number of the professors' houses, and I think it kindled people's interest in saying, oh, I gotta go see these people. I haven't seen them in 40 years. So thanks, Murali Krishna. And not only that, all of the LEDs, all of the arrangements here as far as this thing are thanks to him. Okay. Uday Chand Govekar, he's got extensive experience conducting these kinds of functions at his current position. And he ensured that there was a certain agenda for the event. Without him, we might have conjured up something, but he kept us on track, made sure the agenda was proper, and he did that. Karnakar Rao, where are you? Thank you, sir, for keeping us from going down one path when there were more appropriate ones we should be exploring. Karnakar has also sponsored all of the food that is being delivered. He's a peacekeeper of the group. Very quiet, didn't say too much. Very silent observer. When he spoke, everybody took note. We made sure he spoke, the right things, right? Where is he? And he mostly for contributing to bringing in all the electrical and electronics group. He was wonderful at that. He brought all of you guys together. That was much appreciated. Redaka Prasad, what can I say about him? Single-handedly corralled that entire group. That group belongs to Redaka Prasad. Without him and his organization power, we couldn't have attracted what happened. Mysore Srinivas, who helped us take the evening's event and is going to be providing us with some entertainment. So he was there throughout, making sure we had the right timing and so on and so forth. I'm sorry, there are lots of people to thank, okay? So there's some special mention. Abhishek Govekar is Uday's son. He helped do all the flyers that you saw with the agenda items and all of that stuff. He did that. Supriya Narayanan is my niece. She developed the logos. Any logo that you see that we use, she did that. Mr. Kumar, the editor, is he around? Okay. Mr. Nagbhushan, the video designer. So all the videos that you saw, these are the people that have done it. Raghuram, event manager. Raghuram, the event manager. Sagar Gururaj for music. He's not here. And all of these things, what happens is without funding coming in, it's difficult to host an event like this. So I want to take this moment to appreciate the sponsors. No, I'm not going to give you any numbers simply because I don't think it is appropriate. So I'm simply going to say Suresh Babu Kata, Deepak Rao, I think Deepak's here. Somshekhar, he's not here. Shashikant Salim, I know he's here somewhere. Pradeep Kushnor, I didn't see him.
He's here.
He's here. I know, he's somewhere here. Apnendra Babu, mechanical engineering. Arvind Mangle, there he is. Surinder Singh Bedi, he's stuck in San Francisco area, so too chicken to travel unlike me. Rajendra Kumar and Srini Kanakanhalli. Is there? No. Okay, so my little contribution in all this is I said all these guys are, collecting money, this and that. So I said we must have fun with raffle. Which brings me to this. It's 100 rupees a ticket for raffle. Every one of you will be polite. I was going to address the students differently, but need to buy at least 10 tickets, okay? We are giving gifts, vouchers worth 1 lakh of rupees.
Oh.
Total. Okay, there are 10 prizes starting from 1,500, 1,500 to 40,000. Okay, that's one way of breaking even in this event. The other piece is that there's a lot of us in the organizing committee would easily put in 1 lakh rupees each, so that we can get this thing started. So I'd like to thank all of those people for this thing. Oh, there are 3 special prizes.
There you go. What is more important?
So, if 40,000 rupees doesn't excite you, let me see if a bottle of Johnny Walker would. Anybody?
I'll buy 10 more.
Maybe I should auction those. Maybe that's the best way to do it.
Which color?
Black.
Black.
Double black. Shivash Regal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Crown Royal. Maybe it should be auctioned. We'll discuss this. Once again, thank you all so much. Greatly appreciate it.